Starting recording.
Yeah. There we go.
We good?
Good to see you again, buddy.
Good to see you, partner. What's happening?
I'm starting to get busy just a little bit. Yeah. Starting to get out there. Starting to work on the Cosmic Punch.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, Rebecca and I was like, what do you think the chances Devon will be eating? And I'm like, there's a 100% chance Devon will be eating.
Yeah, well, I get up late, right? So, yeah, this is my breakfast.
There you go. So what is it, a bunch of oatmeal and what?
Yeah, just oatmeal, peanut butter, blueberries.
Hard to beat that.
Yeah.
Oatmeal and peanut butter is a bomb, though. I've never added blueberries to it with the peanut butter, but it sounds good.
Oh, yeah, it's good, man. It's good and it's easy. But
right.
Listen, whatever. My stuff, I feel like it's far away. Everything I'm doing is, I'm just building right now. You're close.
Man, I'm getting real close, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, real close.
What is it? It's 3 weeks right now? 3?
Well, right. We're 19 days.
Yeah.
I'll be competing 19 days. Yeah.
Ooh, man.
Yeah. So, I mean, and that's what I was telling people on our live yesterday. I have done nothing in the gym to prove to myself that I'm freakishly strong because I've been following the tapering thing that you suggested, just the healing. But every time I get on the table, I feel like a ton. So I did my last I wasn't going to get on the table, but like I said, I was feeling like, man, I just don't know if I'm strong. So I got with Corey and we played around a little bit, and I'm in good form right now. So now it's just, like you said, high volume blood flow, heal, sleep, rest, feed, all that good stuff.
Yeah. And you can even start to cut your volume too, right?
Right, yeah.
I know. So it's not what you normally do, is it?
It's so different. But I do think that I'm going to be really healthy. And I've been doing physical therapy twice a week because of my riser and pronation, but all of that seems back to 100 too. So everything feels very, very good right now. Surprisingly, the tour got my old strength back, like my just weird position, side pressure, crazy, stupid shit I used to do strength.
Yeah.
So my hook's actually really strong right now, which is very, very surprising to me because I haven't had that in my arsenal in a while. So, I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to hook Gennady, but I feel like I'm capable of doing it, I mean, I'd love to just sit in a slow hook with Todd Hutchins right now. That's how good my hook feels.
Oh, my God. That's the last guy you want to sit in a slow hook with.
I know, but I sure would like to test it out and see how it feels because it feels weird. Like I haven't had this access to this in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't had access to a good, solid, slow hook power in quite a while either. That must be nice. So what is it? I mean, your riser and your pronator, do you think it was just all the inflammation?
Well, I had nerve damage and my thumb muscle atrophied right here.
Yeah. But what do you think caused that?
I don't know. It happened during COVID. So was it a coincidence? Was it something else? I don't know. But it just went away, right? So there's nerve impingement. There was something that was going on. And the physical therapy, I think, plus the rehab, the high volume, I think has really helped that out a lot. But I'm back. I did a lot of rope pulling this prep, like a lot of rope pulling with, closed fingers and just pronation and coming over, boom, boom. So I've done a lot of that. And that's one thing that was missing in my last prep. So everything just feels comfortable. I'm excited about it. I'm nervous. I'm scared because it's I put myself in such a position where I must win. But, at the same time, it's I can't wait to get on the table. Like if I can be the guy that I was in that last practice when Corey was here and Ron was here, where I have that aggression, that just a little bit of craziness in my eyes. If that version shows up, Gennady's in for a bad day.
Well, I think you'll be much better than that day. I think
that's even better.
Yeah, I think you will be.
Yeah.
What a match, man. That's a match we've been waiting for probably 15 years.
It's been a while. Like it was supposed to happen back in the Arm Wars days, when we were both 242, he was going to pull for my heavyweight title.
Yeah.
Just because we were both such grinders,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm excited about the match. I have a lot of respect for him. How he handled himself in y'all's press conference over there, he showed nothing but respect. And I hated seeing what happened to him happen to him. But I'm going to try to do worse. I'm going to try to do worse to him. But yeah. So
well, you and Hermes, I think, are very different.
Yeah, I mean, he relies heavily on his hand and his wrist, and he has no defense whatsoever. That's why he lost so badly to Gerdetcha, because once he lost his hand and wrist, there was nothing, right?
Yeah.
And his hand and wrist may be better than mine, but I do think I possess that same ability to, especially right now, to hit back, pronate through his hand and get his wrist. We'll see. I mean, I don't know if my first hit's going to be backwards, my first hit's going to be sideways, or it's going to be back and sideways. I don't know. But I know it's going to be the hardest hit I've ever laid on anybody on round one. So, because I have to go full force at him.
Yeah, you do.
But that's an interesting card as well. I mean, the whole Prudnik versus Morozov, Prudnik's a beast, dude. I mean, I like the Marcio match, but I mean, there's no way Prudnik's not the favorite.
He looks incredible.
Oh my God, he looks thick.
I tell everybody, Prudnik is the coolest dude. Like,
I mean, the fact that the dude is an opera singer and he does all the other stuff that he does as well. I mean, he's an actor. I mean, the guy is extremely talented, but he is a beast.
Super talented. He's the full package. I think that, like, when you look at, like, complete arm wrestlers, I don't think there's really anybody today that might be as complete as Prudnik. It's hard to say, man. Like, he doesn't have the real wonky stuff, but when you talk fundamental arm wrestling, like that perfect hook, that reminds me a lot of John Brzenk, really, like when John was young.
Very similar.
Yeah.
Very similar. But he is a complete package. He has access to everything. He can do it all. But I mean, his hook is elite, world class, right? But I've seen his hand and wrist and his outside move develop significantly in the last few years. So that's impressive as well.
And then Morozov, how good is he, right?
We don't know, but he's a specimen. Oh my God, that kid's put together,
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. I like the Cody Merritt left-handed match as well. I mean,
I don't think people
really understand how good Cody is.
Right, because I keep my eye really tight on the stakings and everything.
Yeah.
It's so shocking to me that the money does not believe in Cody.
Yeah. And do you think that's just from the physical attributes that Morozov has? That you look at him, you're just like, oh, God, you can't beat that guy. And you look at Cody, and he's a bigger farm boy looking guy. I mean, I don't know. People have weird things that they look at, but you got to look at what Cody's done.
Yeah.
I mean, he ran through everybody at that Mr. Olympia event, that power arm wrestling. He ran through Dave Chafee like a child.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a little bit maybe has to do with, the whole East versus West. Truthfully, they've kind of been kicking our ass the last little bit.
Well, I mean, I don't think they pulled our best either. They didn't. I mean, Todd lost to Zolia.
I agree with that. But, like, for the last year or so, when we've been having the big matchups, they have been they've been coming out on top, right?
Right.
And Morozov is this big unknown quantity who, by all measures, seems to be really a super badass.
Right.
From Kazakhstan.
That's enough said right there, right?
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I have no idea. Like, I look at this guy and I'm like, he's a Terminator. And when I look at Cody, I'm like, he's a really good arm wrestler, really good. I'm not convinced that Cody. I think Cody might be able to just whack him, but I'm not sure that Cody wins in a stop match. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, he did really well against Robbie Topi when the match stopped.
But Robbie
Topi, he's not that level. I don't think.
I don't think he is. I don't think he's Morozov level.
No, but that's the thing. We don't know what Morozov level is, but from what we've seen, it's high. You know what I mean?
It is. With
pretty much limitless potential.
There's a lot of people on that card that it's going to be so crazy. Like, this is really. I wish that some investor with a ton of money could just come in really good and just polish it right up.
Right.
Because it's all there.
Oh my God. It's the total package. Seriously, that's the only thing it's missing is you and Lavon. You know what I'm saying? I mean, seriously, it's a card that has everything,
Really does. Really does. Another one that I'm really curious about is Oleg, and
Right?
yeah, and
Because you saw that dude beat Varesh, right?
yeah,
The match that Indian posted.
yeah, and he's big, and I could have sworn that like a few years ago, and my memory is not like yours, but I do watch just about everything, and I thought I had a memory of like an after pull, like at a WAF or something, that those two guys got on the table, and I thought I saw him like beating him.
Beating Oleg?
I thought I did, but I mean, it's practice, and I mean, you know, it's after WAF, and
right.
You know, gets all crazy, so I don't know what's going on.
Dude, but I think, you know, I'm glad to see Oleg back for one.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be spectacular just to see, you know, because it's been a very long time since someone near his weight was able to do anything with him, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that'll be exciting to see. It's going to be fun. One cool thing about this trip for us is Ron and Angie are going, and John and Renee are going. So afterwards, the day after, we're all flying over to Athens, and we're going to spend Valentine's Day and Ron's birthday in Athens, Greece.
Okay, last one on that card. Zoloev and John. And I know. Look, I know you want John to win. Okay, I know.
Well, we all want John to win,
right?
But can he handle a 210-pound, 15-pound, 20-pound Zoloev, who apparently has an extremely good top row now? Like, that dude is the hook that you run away from, and now he's got a top row because he ran away from Todd's hook. You know, I mean, my God, if he's got both of those, that's a dangerous opponent right there.
Super dangerous.
And I mean, you recently pulled John. I practiced with John, and John feels strong, but he doesn't have the same endurance he used to have.
No.
And you know, his wrist still isn't what it used to be.
I agree with everything you said.
But obviously I want John to win.
The top end strength, I think, might be there. Obviously, I think there are some parts of his wrist still missing. He told me that he's been working hard.
He looks like it. He's been battling some King's move action recently, pulling Brandon Allen a lot, right? So
yeah,
he realizes he's got to learn how to beat this shit.
Oh my God, do you think Zoloev will King's move him?
That would be crazy.
If that happens, I'll have to just salute the Russian people. I'll be like, good on him.
He will never be invited back to another England event if he does.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, if I was Zolo, that's what I'd do.
Well, I mean, it's if that's the weak spot right now, you know. And I don't say weak spot.
No,
that's the vulnerable spot.
There's
nothing about John this week, but that's the vulnerability that he currently has, in my opinion. You know.
Yeah. Wrist and gas tank.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you can get, you know, flatten him out and make him work, especially round one, it's gonna be an easy day. It looks like after that, you know. But John's a bad dude, man.
Yeah, super bad. Super bad. And he might just have way too much.
It's a possibility, you know. But he's dropped 20 plus pounds since your match.
But I'm gonna believe that still, like, with the amount of time that John's been back, even with the weight drop, he might still be in some way a bit better.
Right.
He might be like maybe not in terms of peak strength, but his conditioning, his endurance might have improved. And I don't know what the weight. What is it? 230 or something he has to pull.
225. I think it's either 220, 225. I think.
Right. So I mean, if you look at it, John was like a heavy, like, he probably was like high 240s. I know he weighed in 251, but that was with clothes and shoes, and
right.
So he's probably like in the morning, he might even be 245.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't even have to really lose weight. He could just water cut that.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think he's in a water cut. He's one of those old dudes.
He said he doesn't like doing that anymore.
Well, then I'll diet. I'll be walking around 225. But
yeah. I don't know, man. It's exciting. And let me tell you in my opinion, it's just cool to see him have that passion again. You know, for me as a fan,
me too.
Having John back in the sport, it does nothing but great things for the sport, you know. So, and, you know, watching him on his Monday night lives, those are fun to watch.
I
I
feel
enjoy having him
bad.
back.
You should be eating too. Why are you not eating?
I just had breakfast. I mean, I had a shake after I did cardio this morning. I did a shake and a banana, and then we came back. I hopped in the sauna. We got a dry sauna for Christmas, just because it lowers blood pressure and it has all several different health benefits. So hopped in there, and then I had a breakfast burrito and another shake. So basically, I drink a shake with every meal now, just because I'm trying to get more calories in.
What kind of shake?
It's an isotope or a ration from Redcon One. Whey protein shake. Now I'm also have some MREs. Yeah, I have some MREs from them that are big, 74 grams of carbs.
Yeah.
48 grams of just meal replacements, like heavy meal replacements. I'll start adding those in probably latter part of this week. But this week I'll probably get up to around 4,500 calories a day.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to add. I wasn't cheating at all. We were going like 2 weeks on a cheat meal, and I was getting really flat. Like I can't hold weight. Even though I'm eating 4,000 calories of clean food, I can't hold the weight. So I'm probably going to incorporate more cheat meals into my programming, just so that I stay full, stay thick, stay healthy, all that good stuff. The extra fat's not really hurting me. Like my composition's not changing.
Oh hell no!
At
least.
You
got to get over that. You gotta show up all smooth and like looking like a seal.
I don't know if that. See, this is my opinion. You have that, ectomorph body type that you're very lean and sinewy, and I have the endomorph body type, which is the dude that gets fat looking at food. So when if I take large amounts of tests, that's not good for me. It converts to estrogen. My body type doesn't, because if you carry more body fat, you have more estrogen. So I've realized that recently. I was tripping out. I was like, oh, I got to back off that testosterone, because my shit's, I felt like it was having a negative impact on me because I was converting to estrogen, and I felt like I was getting weaker. So I went back to a much smaller dose, just so that I could get my levels back right. And I think it's going to end up peaking me better,
Yeah.
But I don't know, man.
An excess of carbs.
Do what?
Like, do you do better with a whole bunch of carbs?
Carbs don't really. I'm eating a lot of carbohydrates right now, like mac and cheese and chicken. Those carbs that people, the processed foods, whatever, easy for me, no problem. Yeah. Or I'm eating a lot of rice and chicken, and beef, but I just throw a little gravy packet on it. But it's hard for me to keep the weight up with that. Like I got to throw in a pizza or some sushi or something, or I'm going to drop weight.
Yeah.
But
what are you 300 in the morning?
No, man, I'm about 290. I went to bed at 300 probably 2 or 3 weeks in a row in December. Now I'm going to bed around.
It's tough, eh?
That's so hard. And I've never say that. Like, if I just want to look like a pile of shit, I could easily do it. But if I'm trying to stay somewhat like an athlete, and it's not even so much how I look. Now, that does affect me because I do, I want to feel good and look good.
Yeah.
But it's more the weight. If I'm eating junk food, I can't breathe.
Yeah.
I've been able to tie my shoes. I'm like,
yeah.
It was rough, dude. I'd be wheezing and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I don't know. And I was talking about this today. Like, my path to a shot at you or Lavon, I have to beat Gennady, right? If I don't beat Gennady, then, it doesn't mean, my career's over, especially with what we're going to be doing with these pay-per-views. I could put my arm on the table every couple months with Matt Mass, Barboza, Michael, and then left-handed match. There's a ton of things that I could do, even if I'm not chasing the overall number one in the world.
Yeah.
But, right now, where I stand. The goal is you and Lavon, right? So
yeah, man.
That's the plan.
I feel like there's 3 of us now from over here that are chasing. Jerry seems to be hot on it too. So
it appears so, right?
Yeah. So it looks like the 3 of us are all. That's what it's like. That's what it's like when you're the number one dude. Everybody's trying to pull you down.
Well, the thing is, Lavon is so special in his attributes and what he brings to the table.
Yeah.
I don't want him to go undefeated. I just don't. And I feel like I have a style that can make sure that he doesn't go. I mean, there's no way he sweeps me 6-0 if I'm ready. It's not. I just cannot see it being possible. He does not have your attributes. He doesn't have your skill against the King's move. It's different. And because he's never faced me, he has no experience. And when that match stops, if you've never arm wrestled me before and that match stops, you're like, oh shit. Because most people keep trying to go the same path. And if you do that round 1 and your wrist gets compromised and you keep going, you are fucked. by round 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're done. It's over. So I like it. And then you have so many attributes, long arms, long lever, your frame, everything. You just got to stop it. You just got to stop. And the more I look at it, I feel like, especially, and I hate saying rules matter, but especially with the fact that you're so comfortable arm wrestling within these type of rules, and he's never done it, I think you will be able to pump his hand up. And it takes a lot of blood to feed those muscles. And if he gets full of blood, I don't know, you're going to have to be close in strength. Like, if he's on a scale of 100 strength, if he's the 100, you're going to have to be at least a 95 or 96, you know?
Yeah, I gotta put a lot of pieces together. When I think about it, there's a lot of reality checks when it comes to Lavon. Like, every time I start to, in my mind, get a little bit like, oh, I can beat him, I can do it, and then I'm like, hold on, Devon, let's just watch a little video, or just let's look at some pictures of Lavon, and I'm like, okay, right, okay. He's number one. He's the right guy. He's the right guy to have that position.
I believe he's earned it, you know.
Yeah.
But like with me, you, and Jerry all chasing him. I mean, then there's Vitali. You know, Vitali might be the man right now. We haven't seen enough of him, and we know he's way better than Crosby. We know that, right?
Yeah.
So, how strong is Vitali? There's a lot of unknowns right now, but it's going to be exciting to see what happens. I'm excited to see it. On a different note, so real quick, so I kept trying to find Corey a match for our pay-per-view thing. And I went through a list of folks, and I just couldn't get anybody who felt like it was the right time for them, right?
Yep.
But we were on live yesterday, and someone said, what about Pork Chop versus Corey? Now, I don't know Pork Chop's level. I don't think it's the same as Corey's. But if that meant you were coming down to be in his corner, imagine the after pull we could have.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That would be sick, especially getting you ready for Lavon, you know? That's 3 months out. That's 3 months out for your match with Lavon.
Pork Chop is, he's probably my best training partner at the moment.
Right.
So he's really good. He hasn't even been arm wrestling long. So in terms of like, Corey might even been arm wrestling longer than him.
Corey's in his 6th year.
Yeah. So Porky's in like his 3rd or 4th, I think.
Yeah.
But he is one of those guys he's just stupidly strong. But I'm just really happy to be working out with the guy, like, really regularly, because I feel like he's a good guy, as in he trains hard, he works hard, not just when he's on the table with me and the rest of the team, but he goes home and he does his homework. He doesn't stop.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm really happy to work with him, and kind of selfishly, I want to keep him for myself, you know, like he's my one of my best handles, you know, and he's getting better technically. Like, he's starting to broaden technically. When he came in, he was more like hook. I kind of always try and push people more into like a posting style of whatever they're doing, whether they're hooking or whether they're top rolling. I'm always like just emphasizing the importance of the hooking. Of the post in your game.
Right.
And he's starting to really, and it takes time, right? Takes time, but he's starting to really capture that, and he's starting to, because of it, he's starting to really broaden. It could be a good match. Corey's bigger. Like, Pork Chop really, I mean, he should really be pulling like 225.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like he probably walks around 250 completely full. Like, how much bigger he really shouldn't get much bigger than that.
What's his height?
He's not tall.
Okay.
How tall would you say first? Yeah, I don't want to say his height because I don't know. He's not
5'6".
Jody said.
No way.
He's not tall. He's not tall.
Wow.
I think he's taller than that. I think he's probably more like
5'9".
Jody always thinks she's taller. Jody thinks she's taller than me too. Okay, so don't let that fool you. But yeah, she's not I'm taller. She goes around telling people that she's 6'1".
No, I don't. Not true.
Jody, you're 5'3". Relax.
Spreading untruths again.
Anyways, that could be a good match. But he has him and Brendan. So like Brendan is another stud we got up here. They both have a match with Brandon Elsessner in May, and I don't know that they will do much before that. I don't want to speak for them, but
yeah,
I'll be surprised if it's just, when it comes to the border travel, and it's just such a pain in the butt.
yeah.
I think they're gonna wait until then. But yeah, man. So hold on. Oh, do we lose you? Still there?
No, they must have called several times. My mother took a fall in December, and she had to go to the ER and then in the hospital, and then she went to rehab. And they sent her home Friday, and then she called yesterday saying she wanted to go back. She wasn't comfortable yet, so she needs to get stronger still. So that was them calling me. Hang on. Hey, babe, can you go call them?
If you got to take it, buddy.
No, it should be fine. They were supposed to call my mom anyway, but yeah, so I think we're good.
What about so Corey? I mean, I thought is Corey not pulling Micah Yellow and
yeah, that's April 23rd, so that's
okay,
5 weeks later.
It's
what?
It's 2 weeks later?
5 weeks.
5 weeks later. So in May.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, April 23rd. My event's March 19th.
Okay, and that's when you want somebody to pull Corey.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to find. Yeah.
Well, I mean, have you called up Matt?
Yeah, first person.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he said timing wasn't good for him, and then Marcio said he wouldn't have enough time to get ready. Richard Lupke said he wasn't fully recovered yet, and then Derek Smith said he would like to wait till after his match with Tim Bresnan to confirm, because he's like, we said win or lose, whether you beat Tim or not, we'd like to have you versus Corey because people want to see it.
Yeah.
He says if I get thrown around the table by Tim, I don't want to pull Corey, So
yeah.
Let's talk about that match. Who do you think's going to win that match? King of Cali this Saturday.
I'm going with Derek, man.
See, I am too. But a lot of that is because we just haven't seen anything out of Tim recently. Now, Tim could be up there in his dungeon just training his butt off.
Which would surprise me, because he's always quiet, and he has had, he's been supposed to have pulled, right?
Yeah.
Right. So that's the thing. I mean, so he's probably been working up. He might be just ridiculous.
Exactly. Right. I mean, that's the thing. We don't know. We have no certainty. All I know is I saw him pull Mississippi in an overall against Daniel Mosier. And Mosier spun him out. They're holding, fighting. And then they slipped neutral of the table. And then the strap, he hit Daniel over. Daniel held on to him for a second or two, and he got pinned.
When was that?
That was within the last 6 months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but I think Derek is just too committed to his progression.
Yeah.
I think he's literally a giant. You know what I mean? I gotta think he's gonna be able to pull it off. I really do. I mean, I just think he's gonna be able to pull it off. And if he does, what does that mean?
Right.
I mean, that just put him in the top 5 in North America.
I think so. Yeah, I think that. I mean, if you know Derek, I think that you kind of think he's probably going to get there.
Yeah.
It's just, is he there right now? He might be. He might be.
I still don't think he can beat Corey. I think he runs out of room and he never gets Corey's wrist to go back, and he has to beat Corey inside. And I don't think he'll be able to do it. But styles make matches, right? But I also like Corey versus Tim Bresnan. I like that match a lot. I think Corey beats Tim Bresnan, in my opinion. Now, people think I overestimate Corey's abilities, but even Todd Hutchins sings his praises, right? But I don't know. Corey's really strong.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm well aware. I mean, breaking locks with your hands is pretty crazy stuff.
Well, and that one was difficult today, one we just put out, but I've got a video of him just reaching down, grabbing one, and twisting, snapping it right off. I'm like, I've never seen a human do that, Yeah. And that doesn't necessarily mean it translates to you're a great arm wrestler, right? Because we all know that a lot of shit doesn't translate. But the fact that he has committed for the last 3 years, he's been, since March of 19, 20, 21, 22. Since 2019, he has been coming here twice a week to train with me.
Now, did you say that you called Jerry?
I did not ask Jerry yet. I was going to ask Jerry.
Because that's an interesting matchup. Because I think Jerry's super badass.
I do too.
But the thing is I think if you are a hook puller, if you're a guy who can pull like without the straps and grab a guy, I think that is the type of guy that can do really well against Jerry.
Well, yeah, especially if Jerry's trying to dump here and you push him past that way. We saw what happened to him at the Zloty tour that year, right? He got beat by several people. What
about John?
I can't afford him right now.
Oh, okay.
It's because it's my first one.
Yeah.
And I have no idea how it's going to go. Like, I genuinely have no idea. And I only, like, whatever I do with Corey, it would be, I've already maxed my budget.
Yeah.
But I would be willing to spend some more money for a Corey match because I think it would bring in the extra pay-per-views, right?
Yeah.
But we're trying this and see if it works. I think it's awesome. I can't wait to do it because, like we were talking about yesterday, it's going to be a very exclusive event. Like, you have to be on the card or the cornerman or the spouse or significant other of someone on the card.